What's up, my fellow breeder slayers? That sounds terrible. What's up, my fellow runners? Today I'm going to be going over a little bit of a beginner's guide to jumpstart those new players who just got after the fall. There's some things that aren't explained very well and some things that can be frustrating for new players, so I want to go ahead and get that all sorted out and help you be able to enjoy this game to its maximum, because let me tell you, it is a ton of fun. So the video I have coming up here, the beginning of it is going to be going over setting up your menu controls and whatever works best for you and explaining what each thing does. And then the rest of the video is going to be going through different little tips for the game itself to help you improve your quality of life. One quick thing, I do a lot of VR live streaming over on Twitch, and right now we're streaming a lot of After the Fall. We just beat Nightmare on Skid Row, and we are well on our way to beating the other maps on Nightmare as well. So if you want to come see some crazy stuff happening, come drop a follow over on Twitch. The links for all that are in the description down below. And I also have a section for After the Fall over in my Discord if you want to hang out there or just talk about normal gaming stuff or other VR related things. The link for that is also in the description down below. So let's bolt right into that. So first things first, to be able to open your menu, you need to press in on your right joystick, and that will pop everything up like this. You can access your home, your party tabs, your social tabs, and change all of your game settings here. If you want to skip that calibration that happens in the beginning of the game where you have to readjust your belt every time, you can just click skip calibration right here to on, and it will no longer do that. If we go over to movement, if you move your motion mode from instant to quick move, that will make an animation as you jump down ledges and things like that, instead of just instantly teleporting you and making you maybe feel a little bit motion sick. You can also change your rotation types in here. So you have continuous, which will let you spin like that. And then you have fade, which will let you kind of snap turn with a fade. And you have instant, which is just normal snap turning, which will let you turn. So whatever works best for you, this is how you change that. I personally like to use the continuous smooth move. I also like to turn off this enable 180 rotation, and what that does is if you're running along straight and you press back on your joystick, it'll let you swap around, but sometimes you'll be in a fight shooting and you'll be like, and then you'll be like, oh no, now I'm backing into the zombies. And so it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes. So I like to keep that off. The next thing in the menu here, I like to change my motion type to head oriented instead of any hand based one. Because if you do hand based, then sometimes if you're like moving your hands and are off to your side and you push forward on the joystick, your guy just starts walking left and right because you have to move your hand. Whatever works best for you, you can set it up that way. I just have to have it on head oriented. So if we go over to the gameplay tab, you have an option for your inventory mode and reload type. With holsters, you'll be able to just have your guns on your side like this. But if you change it over to selection wheel, you'll be able to hold the B button with your right controller, move up to your gun, and press the grip button, and then the gun will come out that way, and they won't be on your hips anymore. And then you just let go of the gun and it disappears back, and it works with both hands, so you can grab both your guns out like that. With reload types, you have quick and you have advanced. Quick will let you drop your mag out and then stick the gun back to your chest for a quick reload. Now, you get a 50% harvest gain from doing the manual reload type, but I've found in higher difficulty levels that using the manual reload type is honestly more dangerous than it is beneficial. Well, manually reloading is a lot cooler and way more fun when you have non-stop hordes of zombies absolutely rushing the heck out of you. It's a lot more beneficial to be able to shoot and then quickly slap it to your chest and be able to go right back at it. The accessibility tab here allows you to turn on your movement comfort mode. So when you're riding on the zip lines or you're moving your head, you can up your comfort vignette so then it'll bring in black borders on the edge. Now, as you see when I walk, I have black borders pop up on the edge, which is supposed to help reduce motion sickness. With the interface here, you just have a couple quick settings. The show player voice IP, that'll just be when somebody's talking. You can see it down below all the time who is talking. Just some basic settings there. Audio, more basic settings. In the video settings here, it lets you go ahead and customize everything on PC. This setting is obviously not here on the Oculus Quest or the PlayStation VR version. So let's say you want to add some friends to your friends list and after the fall. All you have to do is open up your menu here. In the bottom left, you are going to have a friend code ID. Now it doesn't matter what platform you're on, you take this friend code ID, you enter it here, and you send that friend request to whoever you want to, and then next thing you know, boom, on your friends list. If you find yourself in the game where you need to drop one of your weapons for your friend and you're trying to figure out how to drop it and you just can't put it down, if you take the gun and hold your right B button, which is the upper button on your controller, you will see a red circle appear until it turns green. And once it turns green, your object becomes throwable. So then you can throw it down for a friend to pick up, and it works on both hands. So you can take one of your old guns while you're here at the weapon crafting station and actually come over to this right here, which is the grinder. This Arizona Falcon costs 2,000 credits. Let's see, we're at 67,000. So if you take the gun and when you drop it in there, you don't just drop it like that. You take the gun and you kind of throw it in there, and then you close the lid. It will grind up that gun for its particular value inside the shop. So now we're back up to 69,000. So as you go through the story campaign, you will unlock different weapons here to be able to customize as well as purchase. So let's say I may have sold one of my guns or lost it in a run or something. You can come back in here and you can purchase that weapon and bring it back out. So now I have a Falcon. Oh no, I bought the wrong gun. What you can do is you can take that gun and you can scrap it for the exact same amount that you bought it for. Let's say you unlock a weapon attachment and put it on one of your guns and you somehow lose that gun. You can come back to the weapon crafting room and go back to whatever attachment you had previously and put it right back onto your gun. When visiting the gun range to go and upgrade your weapons, you want to make sure that your party, if you're partied up with your friends, that they don't start whatever run it is with you in here. Because if they start the run with you in here, at the moment, this is a bug and I'm sure it'll be fixed very soon, but your gun will be completely wiped of all its attachments and its gun skin. So just make sure you communicate that in any way possible to stay out of here, out of this hallway, and honestly, as far as you can away from that room as possible. As long as you're over here by the arcade machines, you should be completely okay. If this isn't already pretty self-explanatory, this here next to the gun machine is your gun wall, so you're able to take your weapons and keep them there for safe keeping. Well, as safe as you can get. If you're also trying to figure out how to use your wrist rocket device, you can look at this diagram here in the gun range / gun crafting room, where it tells you to turn your hand, hold grip, and release the grip, and it'll fire the rockets at the selected enemies. So when you come over to the machine here and you want to go do a harvest run, there's 4 different levels of harvest runs that you can do. The first level is Survivor. All the snowbreed have reduced health, lowered spawn rates, slow attack speeds, and you can get blue floppies from there with a very slight chance to get a purple floppy. Now moving on to Veteran, all snowbreed have normal health, normal base spawn rates, normal attack speed, and you can find blue and purple floppies in here, as well as a slight chance to get a gold floppy. Now moving on to Master, all the snowbreed have ice armor, there's increased spawn rates, and they attack pretty quick. You can find blue floppies, purple floppies, gold floppies, and a very, very slight chance to get a red floppy. Alright, now moving on to the fun and exciting Nightmare mode. This is the one where you risk it for the biscuit. You die in here with your weapons and you will lose them forever. So all these snowbreed can sprint, there's an insane spawn rate, they attack instantly, but you can find all floppies in here, as well as if you complete it, you are guaranteed a red floppy, which gives you a prototype weapon attachment, which is amazing. I highly suggest getting all your guns loaded up with gold items before trying to attempt Nightmare mode, and make sure you run them back a ton on Master and really start to feel out the map so you know places to hide and places to not run and corner yourself. So I know some people have been asking how you can run solo. Now you can't necessarily do solo, as you need to have 4 people in the game, but you can run with 3 AIs if you'd like to, and you can do that by going to one of these arcade machines, going to private match, harvest run. So I'll choose Skid Row, and let's say I want to do Master by myself. So I'll just choose Master, click Confirm. Now there's 3 AIs in here, and I can start that match, and I will go into it by myself. So buying equipment items from these machines while you're in-game cost different amounts of harvest depending on the tier of difficulty that you're playing on. While you are playing on Survivor, it's 250. When you're playing on Veteran, it's 500. When you're playing on Master, it's 1,000. And on Nightmare mode, it's 2,000. So when we go up to shoot these snowbreed, you can see they all have ice on different parts of their bodies. That guy doesn't have any on his legs, that guy does. So he is vulnerable right there in his head, and this guy is vulnerable in his legs. So we're gonna shoot his legs out, so he'll drop, and then we can shoot those guys in their head. Wherever their weakest parts of their body are is where you take them out first. So as we're going up in rounds like this, you'll see purple crates and you'll see green ammo crates. You can shoot the purple crates over and over again. They will respawn after a certain set amount of time, and then you can just keep using them over and over. The green crates also give you ammo, but they only can be used once. So as you saw before, I shot open the purple ammo crate from afar to give myself ammo, and that's great, but if you're fully out of ammo and you can't shoot it anymore, you have to be able to run up to it and either punch it open like it tells you to do in the tutorial, or if you have your gun in your hand and you don't want to drop it because you're running from a giant snowbreed line, you can run by it and hit it with your hand and keep running while still holding your gun, so you can then drop your mag and reload it up real quick. Now if you're in the game and you find yourself dropping your magazine like that all the time and you're like, oh no, I have all this ammo laying around, you can take it all and just leave it there. Just leave it there. Alright, and you look at your ammo belt and you can see that the yellow ammo, the assault rifle, is automatically refilling back up. So you don't have to worry about, no matter where you leave your mags, no matter how far you go away, it will always just come back to you and refill up. So that's one less thing that you have to worry about in any difficulty and any reload type. This right here is actually what's called a sprawl mine, though people have various names for it, including onion. I'm not sure how that's an onion, but it could be an onion. So this right here, this is the onion, guys. Shoot the onion. So when you're running around and there's a horde of zombies chasing you, you can be on this bomb and shoot it to take out Snowbreed, and you won't take any damage. No matter the sound, your character does not take any damage. It just does what's called blood blinding you for a little bit. And these also respawn just like the crates. Another thing that some people may not know if they have not gone through the tutorial or might not remember from the beginning of the game if they haven't been back in after the fall in a while is when you grab a particular item, let's say this floppy disk, you can take it and put it in the back of your hand. That is, your inventory slots is both of the back of your hands. So if you find one of these poor fellers that was frozen in time here, you'll see that they are holding different items. If you shoot this, then none of your other teammates will be able to initially pick up weapons or items. This may be fixed in a future update, but if you come up, you grab the weapon, and then you throw it back down on the ground, same goes for both items, then your teammates can go ahead and grab those items. One thing a lot of people worry about when you're crossing the zip line is accidentally falling, but don't worry. If you fall off while you're on the zip line, it's okay. It'll just spawn you right back up where you were, and you won't lose your weapons or anything. If you're coming around a corner like this and you see an unlocked door like that and you want to open it to see if there's any snowbreed hiding behind it, you can tap it with one bullet and it'll crack that door wide open. You can check for some snowbreed. So when you first come into the safe room here, Frank says that you can use your floppies. Now what he means by that is you can take the floppies that you found like this and stick them in the front of the machine. And when you do that, you and your whole team in here will get that colored weapon attachment. Now, if you are at the end of the game and there is no longer a safe room, but you still find the floppy, if you keep it in your wrist pockets once you end the game and finish it, you will still receive the weapon attachment for that particular floppy, but the rest of your teammates will not. So with the different colored floppies comes different tier attachments. You have the blue floppy, the bloppy. You have the purple floppy, the ploppy, you have the gold floppy, the gloppy, and you have the red floppy, the roppy. So they go in tiers from blue, purple, gold, and red. And you can find them on each difficulty level of the harvest runs accordingly. So sometimes in rooms like this, whether it be upstairs or downstairs in the apartments on Skid Row, you can find a key card like this. You can also find this key card in other levels. But if you take this key card and come downstairs here to this room and stick it in this scanner, and it will open up this door. And inside this locked room, you can find different weapons on the table, of which you can take out at the end of the game. So if I take this assault carbine all the way to the end of the game and I win, then I get to fully keep this gun and put it on my rack and customize it as I please. Oh no, what's that? You're getting tired mid-game? Oh no, what am I gonna do? All these snowbreed are chasing after me. What shall you ever do? Bam! Get yourself some glitch energy, a super delicious hydrating alternative to those nasty energy drinks. Keeps you pumped up, ready to go without the worries of crashing later. You can use code ZStorm to get 25% off of this delicious drink. In all honesty, I actually do use it a lot myself. I used it before going ahead and doing anything with a discount code, and I enjoy it a ton. My favorite combo is mixing half a scoop of the cherry bomb and a half a scoop of the tropic thunder, and it just tastes like a delicious pile of awesomeness. There's a starter kit that's like $11 with my discount code, so you can get that. You get a sweet shaker bottle and 7 flavors to try out, and it goes to help support this channel and keep the Twitch streams and the YouTube videos alive. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. Thanks again for watching, and as always, never give up. Peace out.